There once was an ugly duckling with feathers all stubby and brown, and all the other birds, in so many words, said, "Get out of town."
Hello, we are live. Super Strong Style 16 preview show, part 2. Mike Angus is my co-host, as always. Mad Dog, great to have you on the show again. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, John, is absolutely wonderful. It's a nice sunny evening here on the Wirral, and we're looking forward to it. Just over a week away now from Super Strong Style 16. What a show it's going to be. We cannot wait. We've got the whole bank holiday weekend, fair to the 5th of June. Amazing matches lined up, and we can't wait to tell the Progress faithful all about it, you know, and looking forward to welcoming everyone back to the Electric Ballroom next week.
Absolutely. And as Mad Dog just said, Progress Wrestling, Super Strong Style 16 weekend, Friday the 3rd, Saturday the 4th, Sunday the 5th, 3 amazing days of action. You can get your tickets just by going to progresswrestling.com/tickets, and it will take you through to the DICE website where you can purchase your tickets. But make sure you purchase the tickets for all 3 days so you don't miss out on a single second of action. And before we continue, we're welcoming your comments and your questions. So if you want to get in touch with the gang here, you can do. Ping them through to us on your chosen device. We do our very best to answer your questions or your comments about Super Strong Style 16. What matches are you looking forward to the most? Who do you think is going to walk away as Super Strong Style champion? And dare I say it, the Progress World champion at the end of that tournament when all said and done. But Mad Dog, this is part 2 of our part 2 for our non-speaking French listeners. But we did a fantastic review last week. We covered a lot of the competitors in the Super Strong Style 16 competition, and we'll be covering all them off very briefly a bit later on. But we got an announcement, haven't we? We got one announcement. It actually went out on the Progress socials not too long ago. And it's another announcement, another entry into the Super Strong Style 16 tournament. None other, oh, wrong person. Let's cue it up properly, Johners. Charles Crowley. How's about that? And Charles Crowley's having a fantastic year. He's had a great 12 months around the UK, but in Progress in particular, really doing some great business there. We've seen him in some tag matches alongside Elijah, of course, but he's going to be a standout opponent, a standout competitor in Super Strong Style 16 this year. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's on a bit of a tear around the UK at the moment, doing some great stuff in Progress, and Charles Crowley is going to be one to watch. The spectacular Mr. Charles Crowley in this year's Super Strong Style.
Yeah, one of the best entrances in the business, and one of the most entertaining and charismatic wrestlers I've seen recently. He's athletic. He's an absolutely great wrestler, and you know, when I watch him wrestle, it's one of them guys where you just can't take your eyes off him because he's entertaining from the moment he steps in the ring, even before he steps in the ring, on his way to the ring, and then when he steps in the ring, everything he does is entertaining. And the only thing is he causes a lot of trouble for himself. He winds up the fans. Marcus there saying he's his winner. Well, there you go. There's already fans out there for him. He's, you know, mixed opinions of him, popular with some, but I think a lot of people, when you get to the ballroom, you hear this bit of a chant going on. It's not probably the most positive chant for him. It's probably a word we can't utter on this live podcast today. But, you know, I think a lot of people know what we're talking about. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how he fares in this Super Strong Style 16 with some of the best wrestlers in the world literally coming to London next week.
Absolutely. And just to hype up Charles Crowley a little bit more, he's one of the most improved performers on the circuit in the last few years. And, you know, he's got that amazing charisma, that fantastic character, that incredible entrance, and he's really doing the business in the ring as well. He's turning into one of the most all-round performers on the UK circuit at the moment. So don't underestimate Charles Crowley. You know, in some instances he might be a bit of a clown, but I'll tell you what, when the action gets heated, he can really turn it on in the ring, and not one to be underestimated. And of course, I briefly brought up a graphic of Chris Ridgway, and of course he's one of the entrants in Super Strong Style 16. So some amazing athletes and competitors in this year's competition. But Mike, we've had a few people get in touch already, and looks like we asked for your questions and for your comments. Yeah, we've had a few saying that Charles Crowley is their winner. One saying that Kanji, we mentioned the Kanji and Giselle Shaw match on last week's preview show, and Kanji to win the women's championship there from Richard. So thank you for dropping in. Also, somebody saying that we're looking pretty good, Mike, and I think we are looking quite fine this evening.
You,
Of course. But we want to talk about one of the main events of the 3 days of Super Strong Style, and that's going to be Cara Noir versus Spike Trivet. And these two have had a bloodthirsty feud over the last few months, and you go back to I think it was chapter 130.
That's right, Jonas. Yeah,
when Cara Noir interrupted and interfered in that main event championship match, which eventually led to Cara Noir losing the Progress World Championship to former champion now Jonathan Gresham. And of course, at chapter 134, just a few weeks ago, we saw the fantastic match between the two of them. But there was no decisive winner, was there? But before we talk about Cara Noir versus Spike Trivet, we've got a quick video to play, everybody. So let's bring that one up now.
I'm Spike Trivet, and I'm going to make you all very, very, very sad.
Today, Spike Trivet brought about the day that the dance died!
This industry needs ugly.
I went out there and I just did the most honest thing that Progress Wrestling has ever seen. I started to expose the facade that is Cara Noir.
Got the mask. Oh!
The mask of Cara!
Oh! That's the symbol of everything Cara Noir stands for.
And now we have a fight!
Nothing but shattered glass.
He's not ignoring me anymore. I've already won.
We knew these guys hated each other. We knew they wanted to tear each other apart.
Who needs a match? We're here for a scrap. Spike Trivet is absolutely unhinged.
This one is breaking down. This is chaos. These two guys want to kill each other.
You know what, Tom? I can see that you are never, ever going to quit. So how about this? Strong Style Weekend. Tom Dawkins, Cara Noir versus Spike Trivet. I quit. Loser leaves Progress. He who speaks leaves. What do you say?
For a man who never speaks, his first words in Progress could be his last.
There once was an ugly duckling with feathers all stubby and brown, and all the other birds in so many words said, "Get out of town."
I swear, when I'm finished with you, we will never ever see anything like the Black Swan in Progress ever again.
Mike, if that alone should be enough to make you want to get tickets if you haven't done so already for Super Strong Style, and details running along the bottom of the screen if you haven't got yours already, it will direct you to the website where you need to get your tickets. Just go to progresswrestling.com/tickets, as simple as that. But you can get tickets for individual days, all 3 days. But Mike, surely that match there is one to get excited about, surely. And as I brought up the graphic earlier on, it is a I quit, loser leaves Progress match. So that is going to be pretty damn special. But we do have a special guest with us. Let's bring him in now. One of the owners of Progress Wrestling, good friend of the show, Lee McAteer. Lee, great to have you on. How are you doing? And thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us, Jonas. It's been a while, but no, thank you very much. I remember when I was living in Portugal, and obviously I couldn't announce at the time that I was talking about buying Progress Wrestling, but there you go. That was a bit of a different conversation back then, that's for sure. And here we are now.
Indeed. But okay, next weekend, Bank Holiday weekend, 3 days of fantastic Progress action, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th from the Electric Ballroom. It's going to be your first Super Strong Style as one of the co-owners of Progress Wrestling, and an event you're no doubt looking forward to, Lee.
Absolutely. Again, I hate the word ownership, custodian, but yeah, absolutely. No, I'm really, really looking forward to it. Really, really exciting. The talent that we've got and more talent that we're going to be announcing is going to be, we've got some big announcements coming up, which hopefully will make people want to be a part of Super Strong Style even more in terms of buying a ticket and seeing it live. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a true celebration. Obviously, we've also got Eve that are going to be on day one. So there's a lot going on, and there's going to be a lot more to announce.
And we've just seen the video there, Lee, and Mad Dog. Obviously, the feud of Spike Trivet and Cara Noir, and it culminates at Super Strong Style 16 next weekend in an I Quit Loser Leaves Progress match. Lee, I'm going to ask you first as our special guest at the moment. Tell us about that match. Obviously, we came off of a very, very hot match, which didn't have a conclusion at Chapter 134. This one is taking it to the next level and beyond in terms of intensity. And it could be that the first words that Cara Noir's ever said inside a Progress ring could be his last.
John, these guys hate each other. You know, the fact that Cara's good lady came into the ring to try and calm him down tells you everything you need to know about what is everything that this feud has become all about. It's personal. This really matters. And genuinely, the loser leaves Progress. I can't emphasize that enough. And whether that's Spike, whether that's Cara, but someone's leaving. So if you want to see Spike and Cara, one of them for the last time, then you know where you've got to be. You need to get your ticket to Super Strong Style, be there in person, because we all saw the chaos of what the last chapter showed with that match. It was, I mean, I just didn't even know what to, I mean, even going back to the chapter before that, where all the ring crew got in the ring, and I mean, it's just crazy. And, you know, that promo itself tells you everything that you need to know. These guys hate each other, they're baying for blood. We saw what happened with Spike and one of the ring crew, which was absolutely horrendous and horrific. And they're both putting it on the line, and may well be that the first words that Cara Noir says is "I quit," or it may well be Spike Trivet. But we'll soon find out at Jubilee weekend, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And we've had Troy get involved, saying that match at Chapter 134 was absolutely crazy. It certainly was. Mad Dog, let's throw it over to you. Looks like one of the key matches, one of the pivotal matches at the show, Super Strong Style next weekend, and you've been there throughout. You've seen the feud build. You saw what they had to offer at 134 and Super Strong Style weekend. As Troy told us, it's going to be a crazy match and a crazy stipulation as well.
Yeah, of course. It's the whole feud has been brutal from the very start when Spike cost Cara the title, to then at the 10th anniversary when he brutally attacked him in the ring after his match with Ilya Dragunov. It was a horrific attack. The faces on the people in the crowd, John, as at that one, were just, there was people absolutely shocked. And, you know, I saw the welts left on the back of Cara Noir, and it was a brutal beating. And then Spike went on to say how similar the two of them are, you know, and he was attacking Cara. It's just, you can see some of the highlights here that you're putting up, Jonas. That was when Cara came, and look at the faces on the people in the crowd. That was it. That was that exact moment when he had him chained to the ropes and that steel chair to the back. Cara Noir, he's after revenge, and it's a big one. One of them is going to say "I quit," and it always reminds me of that. You know, you look back and you think of great "I quit" matches in the past. There's the Mankind Rock one from the Royal Rumble that was a pretty special one to think back to. But this one is taking it to a whole new level, because not only is it "I quit," but it's loser leaves Progress. And these two, you know, they've been the part of the backbone of Progress since we've come back, since Mr. Lee McAteer and Martyn Best took over. It's you know, one of them, it's going to be a huge loss, but you know, they're going to be fighting for their careers of Progress here, and it's going to be you know, it's going to be brutal, it's going to be violent, and you can be there to witness it.
Absolutely. Let's bring up the graphic one more time. Cara Noir, Spike Trivet, Super Strong Style 16. This is going to be on the Saturday, day 2, the 4th of June. And you're not going to want to miss this. You're not going to want to miss a single second of this match or a single second of day 1, 2, or 3. Get your tickets today. Go to progresswrestling.com/tickets. This is not just a wrestling event. It's going to be more than an event these 3 days. And you will regret missing out on a single second of Progress action on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of June. It's over the bank holiday weekend, so got no work. Get a train down to London. You know, start walking now. Don't miss out on Super Strong Style 16. I'm going to be, I'm walking there as soon as we finish this. But I can't wait.
I'll give you a lift if you want, Jonas. I'll pick you up in the van.
Well, that might be okay. Yeah, we'll arrange that. But Lee, while we've got you here, I understand that there's a little bit of an announcement. Now, we like exclusives on this show, don't we? And we just brought up the graphic of Charles Crowley. He was announced at 6 o'clock. But there's a new match that you're going to announce for us for Super Strong Style 16. And it's this one here. So tell us about these competitors, and that alone is worth the price of entry.
Well, the best thing about this match is Lana Austin isn't involved as a starting point. So very, very happy about that, that's for sure. Obviously, Eliza Alexander, known to the majority of us as Lizzie Evo, she's going to be competing. Raven Creed's been doing very, very well in the last couple of chapters of Progress, and Alex Windsor needs no introduction. This is going to be one unbelievable match between 3 incredible women, and I can't wait to see it. And the fact that Lana's not part of it, for me, that's just the cherry on the cake.
Well, Progress sent in a message saying that Lee fears Lana Austin. But Mad Dog, this match here, Eliza Alexander, Raven Creed, Alex Windsor, 3 of the very best when it comes to talent on the UK circuit. You know them very well. Give us your thoughts on this match. And like I say, it's going to be one to watch, isn't it? You're not going to want to miss out on that one.
Definitely, John, as you know, and as you said, it is definitely 3 of the best. I'm very familiar with Eliza Alexander. Literally, you know, what an amazing talent she is, and looking forward to seeing her in this triple threat match. Raven Creed at the last show, you know, was really put on a great match against Max the Impaler, and Raven, so impressive, and you never know what she's going to do. And Alex Windsor, of course, absolutely brilliant talent, and somebody we know always you know, delivers in a big match situation. So, you know, I can't pick a winner there, but I'm sure a bit of scouse in me there, you know, wants Eliza Alexander to do well in that one. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, I neglected to mention earlier on that we've had some fans get in touch with us prior to going live. And one fan in particular really, really looking forward to Super Strong Style 16. And here's what he had.
Hey, Team Progress. Tristan here. One of the many fans across the country that is already pumped, excited, ready, anticipating Super Strong Style 16 on the 3rd, 4th and 5th of June. The video packages that you guys are putting out at the moment are just absolutely immense, especially the Spike and Cara Noir video that's gone out recently. For the weekend itself, I don't think I can see past the main event of the Super Strong Style 16 tournament being the match of the weekend. My heart is saying G Money all the way. My head, if I was a betting man, I think Warren Banks is going to go pretty deep in the tournament. And if it's out of those 2, I think we're all going to go home happy. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you for Super Strong Style 16.
There you go. Thank you, Tristan, for reaching out and sending us that video. But he said some interesting things. He's obviously looking forward to the Cara Noir Spike Trivet match. He's mentioned 2 entrants in the Super Strong Style 16 tournament. G Money, Warren Banks for his money. Like I say, one of those 2 could potentially walk away with it. But we're going to be talking about Super Strong Style 16 tournament now, and we're going to be looking at some of the entrants. Before we do, we've got another special guest joining us. And as if one custodian of Progress isn't enough, we've got a second custodian. And let's bring him in now. Martyn Best. How are you doing, Martyn?
Hi, Jonas.
Great to have you on this show. Thank you for joining us. Super Strong Style 16 around the corner. It's going to be a pivotal event, a pivotal 3-day event. on the Progress calendar. Something you must be really, really looking forward to.
Yeah, very much. We ran 4 shows a month or 2 ago, and I thought that was crazy enough. But that was over 7 days. To have 3 consecutive days in London over the Jubilee Bank holiday, we must be mad.
Well, yeah, maybe, but what matches are you looking forward to in particular? Like I say, we've spoken about a lot of the matches already and some of the entrants in the tournament itself. Any matches that's really standing out to you that you're particularly looking forward to?
Well, I think we've announced quite a lot of these super strong style 16 contenders. I'm not sure if the brackets have been fully confirmed to everyone, but there's some good first round matches coming up. The finals, obviously, I'm sure is going to be outstanding. Whichever 2 of the 16 get through to there is going to be a great match.
Yeah.
But then, of course, interwoven on day 2 and day 3, obviously, everyone's building up to Cara and Spike. That is just a crazy feud. One of the best I've come across my short time here in professional wrestling. We've got a few others coming in. To be honest, I can't remember exactly what we've announced, so I've got to be a bit careful what I say here. I get told off when I say more than I should do. We've got the women's threesome coming up, which is going to be great. I really like seeing all 3 of those.
Yeah.
Lee mentioned Lana Austin, not on the card. I would not guarantee that. We all know Lana Austin is great at breaking down that door and just appearing. So my money would be on her appearing somewhere.
Maybe. But Martyn, while I've got you, you've got a bit of an announcement, because on Friday, the 3rd of June, after night 1 of Super Strong Style, we're going to see Pro Wrestling Eve in the ballroom directly after night 1 of Super Strong Style. Friday, the 3rd of June. Doors open at 8 o'clock there. What can you tell us about that? Because Progress will be partnering with Eve over the weekend, and in particular on Friday the 3rd.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this collaboration. We've got to know Eve since Lee and I sort of bought Progress, and we've always been massive advocates and supporters of women wrestling. We had our own Who Run the World in that 4-day 10th anniversary week. That was massively popular. And what we thought was, with Super Strong Style day 1, just by definition, it's going to be 8 men's matches. We haven't yet opened up Super Strong Style to the women, but maybe that could be next year. So we reached out to Dan, and he was absolutely delighted to want to be a part of it, almost part 2 of day 1. He's bringing along some great wrestlers. We've got the Princess Diane of Eve, which sort of resonates a little bit with the Jubilee weekend. Jetta's going to be there. Laura DiMatteo, she's the Eve International Champion. She's actually, I believe, our #1 contender. We're going to have Sky Smithson, who's performed some great villainous acts for us in recent matches. Charlie Morgan, Ava, Emerson Jane, Casey, Alex Windsor, Nina Samuels, Cassidy Summers, and of course, as Dan calls her, the Zesty Clementine. So we're going to have some great matches. That starts at 8 to 8:30 in the evening after we've been on. We've got tickets on there. We've got a joint ticket for day 1. And then for those who've bought tickets already, we've got an upgrade for Eve. So we're going to have the best of both worlds on day 1, and really looking forward to seeing people come to both.
Absolutely. And for anybody interested in getting tickets for the Eve show after night 1 of Super Strong Style, how can they do that? Is it through progresswrestling.com/tickets, or how can they get the tickets for that show as well? Yeah, that's one
route, and the other route is through dice.fm. And just look out for us, and you'll see a special double ticket for Eve for both. Either come to see us and then the women, or just upgrade and come and see the women. And Dan at Eve is also featuring, just if you want to come along for the second part of the show, you'll be welcome there as well.
That's brilliant. We're going to start talking about some more entrants into the Super Strong Style 16 tournament in a moment. But at 8 o'clock, across the Progress Wrestling socials, there will be an announcement, another announcement. So possibly a new entrant into this year's tournament, but you'll have to check out Progress Social across Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, if you want to find out who that is and what the announcement is going to be. But Mike, last week we spoke about quite a few. I think we spoke about 8 of the entrants in this year's Super Strong Style 16 tournament. We've got a couple more to talk about. And like I say, Lee and Bestie, if you're happy to stay with us, we can kind of discuss some of the entrants as well. But how about this guy, first of all? Aramis from Mexico, a fantastic luchador that's going to be gracing our shores over Super Strong Style weekends. A fantastic athlete. He's won all sorts of titles and accomplishments across North America and South America. But Aramis is a gentleman I'm not too familiar with. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what he can provide the electric ballroom over Super Strong Style weekend. Mad Dog, I'm going to throw it over to you first of all. Aramis, like I say, what do you know about this gentleman? And
join him.
And like I say, tell us about Aramis.
Yeah, no, what a talent. Direct from Mexico, AAA, obviously experienced all over the US as well. Debuted in 2019 on the Battle of Los Angeles, I believe. And, you know, high flyer, extremely good luchador. Some people say follows in the sort of footsteps of like Rey Mysterio, you know, might be somebody we could see in the future. Definitely looking forward to seeing what we can bring to the tournament. Very exciting. Seen him have a match against Ray Phoenix before, so that was a really good one to watch. To you know, to look at what he can do, and we'll have to see who he draws in the first bracket of the tournament, and we can you know, see how he gets on.
Absolutely.
And we'd like to tell you what his real name is a fantastic exclusive. But we can't.
Is it Mad Dog under a mask? Come on, Mike. After all these years, I thought you would have told me that one. But like I say, with some of the high-flying athletes we've got in Super Strong Style this year, the likes of Kid Lykos, the likes of Robbie X, you add in Aramis as well. It adds a whole new dynamic, a whole new element to the tournament as well. You've got your big guys in the tournament, but I think, let's say, that the luchadors and the lightweights and the high flyers are going to make Super Strong Style a really, really exciting tournament. Lee, Bestie, your thoughts on this individual, Aramis?
Well, first of all, I'm sorry that I seem to be in my own little world here, but I have Lana Austin trying to contact me, giving me a load of abuse because of the fact that she's style. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't mean to be rude on the podcast, John. But I was just basically reiterating the fact that she's not welcome at Super Strong Style. So apologies if I wasn't looking at the camera right. So what? Sorry. So what was the question?
Aramis, give us your thoughts on this luchador coming all the way over from Mexico to grace our shores and to grace Super Strong Style.
Well, absolutely. At the end of the day, if you're going to come to the UK and prove yourself, what better way to do that than being a part of Super Strong Style 16? It's a massive statement. It's a global entity in terms of the people that are on the card. We've got people from everywhere, from obviously Belfast with Big Damo. We've obviously got Aramis from Mexico. We've got a real global, you know, Super Strong Style is very much a global entity. And of course, we get global views from all around the world. And I think what a better way to prove himself than to be at Super Strong Style 16. But of course, a lot of pressure for that. If he doesn't deliver, everyone's going to know globally that he's not good enough. Will he be good enough? Time will tell.
Absolutely. And what about this gentleman? Ricky Shane Page. We saw him perform in the Atlas title tournament a few chapters back, and let's say, he's been a regular, say a big favourite of Progress fans for many, many years. I would say we recently saw him in the Atlas tournament. Ricky Shane Page back in a Progress ring for Super Strong Style 16 this year. That's going to be phenomenal. And like I say, a big crowd favourite coming over to the UK once again to show us what he can do. Mad Dog and Bestie, any thoughts on Ricky Shane Page?
Well, he's from Sandusky, Ohio. We know him very well. He's been over to the UK quite a few times, performing for different companies as well. And you know what? He really did impress the Atlas tournaments. What you know, he's come a long way in a short space of time. You know, he's really changed up his style a lot. The match he beat, I believe it was Joe Hendry and also Will Cruz in a triple threat, and then went on to face Jonah, where he just came up slightly short in that one, but it was you know, no lack of effort. He was showed his versatility in the ring there. There was a particular frog splash that I wasn't expecting out of him, where he got right the way across the whole ring. Very impressive, and you know, we were. You know, I was very impressed with him as always, and you know, what a show he put on, and looking forward to seeing how he gets on in this tournament. He could go a couple of steps further. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I really liked him. He's not obviously one of these young flippy boys that sometimes we have on the show, but you know, he won't. No disrespect, he's a lot more experienced wrestler, a bit more mature, very grounded, lovely fella to speak to before he went into the ring. Showed a lot of maturity and really made a great show of that in that contest.
There we go. And Lee, you must have been impressed with Ricky Shane Page at the Alice tournament and looking forward to seeing him again at Super Strong Style.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky Shane Page, he needs no introduction. Everybody knows how good he is. Everybody knows his global recognition. Absolute pleasure and a privilege to welcome back to Progress. And I think he's got a massive chance for Super Strong Style 16. A much better chance than that spectacular twat Charles Crowley, that's for sure.
Here we go. What did we say, eh?
No, if you're watching, no, because literally, I don't mean to be preoccupied, but literally, my Twitter timeline is just simply Lorna Austin giving me abuse, and now the spectacular twat Charles Crowley. So, literally, you can see that that's on my timeline right now. That's all I'm getting. And apparently, it's just a little game to, you know, a little game to me. Is it? Well, it's not a game, Charles, whatsoever. You know, you wanted to prove yourself. Let's see you get spectacularly knocked out in the first round, shall we, pal? And Lorna, you're going to be invited to Super Strong Style 16, so you can say whatever you like.
There's a split in progress because, Mike, we love both Lorna and Charles, don't we?
Well, he's certainly a character, Bestie, and you know, Lorna, what a legend she is. Looking forward to catching up with them all in London. We'll have to see what happens.
Absolutely. And this is what it's all about, of course. And unlike previous years, this year, the winner of Super Strong Style 16 2022 will walk away as the new Progress Wrestling World Champion. So I know last week, Mad Dog, you had the bout out and showed us all the championship bout there. But it's a big prize, isn't it? It adds that kind of extra something to a tournament such as this. And it's going to give all of the competitors, all of the wrestlers, that little bit of magic that they need to strive and to progress to the final, no pun intended. But Lee, like I say, with the world title on the line, they can't afford to mess about this year.
If Super Strong Style 16 didn't already mean so much, now it means everything. And you look at the people that are in that 16 who've got the possibility of becoming Progress World Champion. You look at Gene Money and the entire time it's taken him just to be a part of Super Strong Style. You look at Warren Banks, who so many times has become literally, you see Warren, how many times, I mean, at the anniversary show, how close was he to becoming the Progress World Champion? And you look at some of the other people that are on the card, history is going to be made, and it's going to be made at Super Strong Style 16. And whoever takes the opportunity, good on them. I'm really excited to see who that's going to be. And you look at some of the other people in there. You know, arguably, nobody represents Strong Style more than Chris Ridgway. Can he finally do it himself? Or will someone like Warren finally pull through? Or as Tristan said, Tristan, great, Tristan, thank you very much for the video you brought in. Obviously mentioning Warren, obviously mentioning Gene. There is a lot of talented people. And we'll soon see who's going to win, and it's going to be really interesting when we finally announce what is going to be the full 16, because believe me when I say this, gentlemen and ladies around the world watching on this podcast, some eyebrows are going to be raised when you see who else is going to be announced in Super Strong Style 16.
I think
go on, Bestie. Yeah, take it away.
No, when we came into Progress, we had Cara Noir as our champion, just an outstanding wrestler, an outstanding character. He lost his title in extraordinary circumstances. Jonathan Gresham then took it on, a much admired wrestler in the world. But did he live up to being a Progress champion? he went down a path who was badly influenced by some other little characters who caused him havoc. I think they're due to have some comeuppance in the near future. But the reason why we put Super Strong Style 16 with the ultimate prize as being Progress Champion is we want to get respect back into this title. And this is the way we're going to do it.
Fantastic. Let's have a quick look at all the other entrants that we spoke about today and last week, of course. And we mentioned Charles Crowley. He's going to be a fantastic entrant. And of course, Aramis, we've just discussed the luchador coming over from Mexico. Ricky Shane Page, of course. And Chris Ridgway. Super Strong Style was made for Northwest Strong's Chris Ridgway because his style is all about strong style. Of course, we spoke last week about Big Damo. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Kid Lycos, he's had a big involvement in the reason why we were all here and the reason why the world title is on the line for the winner. And of course, we discussed Malik, who's going to be a really, really strong competitor at Super Strong Style. Maggot, who outlasted his other WXW competitors to win that four-way at Chapter 134 a few weeks back. Of course, Robbie X, one of the best high flyers in the game, one of the best high flyers the UK has to offer is going to be at Super Strong Style. We mentioned Warren Banks. He's going to be up there, one of Tristan's favourites to go all the way. And of course, who can forget that damn dirty dog, Gene Money. He's fought and fought and fought, scraped and clawed, and he's finally got his place in Super Strong Style. That is a fantastic list of entrants so far, maybe with one or two more to come over the coming days. And I'm sure we'll find out. We want to talk about another match that's set to take place at Super Strong Style 16. And if I can find the correct graphic here, it's going to be the tag title match, this one here. For the Progress World Tag Team Championships. And it's no ordinary tag match, no ordinary three-way match. It's going to be a ladder match with the Progress World Tag Titles hoisted aloft above the ring. That is going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, at the end of this broadcast, we are going to play out with a video that you may have seen on socials and may have seen on Progress's YouTube channel. We've obviously got the Smokin Aces there. And we've got Sunshine Machine and current champions, the 0121. These three have been intertwined in a bit of a rivalry over the last few months. Smokin Aces are going to want the opportunity. They're going to be looking to get their championships back. Sunshine Machine, a clear crowd favourite. And of course, the 0121, they won the championships in that gauntlet match at the anniversary show from the Dome. I'm a huge tag team wrestling fan. Anybody that would have heard me over the last 3 years will know that I love tag team wrestling. So many different elements, stories can be told, the dynamics, the action. But these three teams have proved themselves as the best three tag teams in the whole of the country in 2022. Bestie and Mike, I'm going to throw it over to you first of all. This is going to be an amazing match that you're not going to want to miss over Strong Style Weekend, June the 3rd, 4th and 5th.
Yeah, it better have be, because those ladders don't come cheap, haven't you?
That's some info you don't always get, eh? I was going to say, yeah, these guys, they've been embroiled in a feud for quite a while now. Obviously, the Smokin Aces, what a team they are. Charlie Sterling and Nick Riley won the belts back at Chapter 121, I believe it was, when they beat Lycos Jim. They held them for almost 200 days, I believe. And then obviously they bit off a little bit more than they could chew when they had that gauntlet match at the 10th anniversary. And they came a little bit short in that one. And that was when the belts were taken by 0121. And then we've had some great matches since then, which have led us down this path where we're now going to end up with the first ever triple threat ladder match in Progress Wrestling history. It's going to be wild. It's going to be chaotic. As Bestie said, it's going to be expensive. His credit card's gone on them ladders now. There's so many people excited for this one. It is going to be a tag team match for the ages. And, you want to be there that night to see this. Obviously, so many people looking forward to this one. We'd see a few comments popping up at the bottom there. You know, there's 0121 fans about, there's Sunshine Machine fans about, and, you know, there's the chance, the dueling chance. Obviously, Lee versus Lana's still getting a shout out as well. It'll happen one day, I'm sure of that. But this is the tag team bout. It is going to be one of the best matches of the year, I'm sure of that. These guys, Sunshine Machine, everyone, always impress, and throw them all in together, throw some ladders in the mix, hoist them belts up, and it is going to be one chaotic night in the ballroom, and one you certainly don't want to miss. It's going to be insane, and every single one of them guys is going to deliver on that under that spotlight. And who will walk away with the tag team championships is what we're going to find out on the Saturday, the 4th of June, in the ballroom.
Absolutely. And Lee, I'm going to throw it over to you. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of ladders involved. The object is to climb up and grab them belts, of course. But with these three teams, you cannot forget that they love their diving. They love their fast-paced action. Surely the action is going to spill out throughout the crowd. So it's going to be entertaining wherever you're sat in the Electric Ballroom, isn't it?
I think this match is going to steal the weekend. The entire 3 days, actually. I really do. I mean, if you were there at not the last chapter, but the one before that, literally the chance between the tag teams was definite. That's what I thought. Mad Dog was about to start the chance. Is what I thought was going. I was going to say 0-1-2-1, but
when I say 0-1, you say 2-1. 0-1.
2-1.
But I think this match has got. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't steal the entire Super Strong Style 16 event, because we've got three unbelievable tag teams who all want to prove themselves, and provided we can get a ladder or two or three, this is going to be an unbelievable ladder match. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Ladder match at Progress. And it's funny, we've been speaking to some people behind the scenes who've been in very well-known ladder matches, who have taken a big interest in this, and maybe something more on that further down the line with people who are looking to comment on this match. And it's going to be, it's obviously going to be brutal. We've seen in the past what some of these teams have done, and everything from coming off balconies, which Bestie and I then had to deal with the people that ran the O2. That was an interesting conversation we had over in Manchester. Yes, sorry about that. We didn't know that was happening. We're sorry, really sorry. Please don't kick us out. But it's going to be absolutely incredible. I mean, it's such a pleasure to watch all three teams, whoever they're against, but to have all three of them together in a ladder match. I mean, man, if there's a reason to come to that particular day for Super Strong Style 16, these guys are going to leave everything out there, and it's going to be a must-watch. And I mean, I just hope that they all come back safe and everything else. But my word, that's going to be special.
Yeah.
It
is
more
indeed. Than one ladder as well, by the way, I can disclose tonight.
You're really stretching the purse strings, Martyn. Really stretching the purse strings. But that is going to be a highlight of the 3 days, and one of the matches I'm most looking forward to, for sure. But we've got more to talk about in the coming days, because I think we'll probably do a part 3 hype show before Super Strong Style, because there's announcements almost on a daily basis. But gentlemen, before we leave, I'm going to ask you, what are you most looking forward to from Super Strong Style, and why should we be getting a ticket to see them 3 days? Martyn and Mike, I'm going to throw it over to you first of all.
Yeah, I'll just pick up on a comment one of your viewers said. Clint mentioned about Maggot. We know lots of the wrestlers that have been on Progress over the last couple of years. Some are fantastic. I've got admiration for all of them. Maggot's been a new arrival. Lee and I saw him in Germany at WXW a couple of months ago. Loved him. And if anyone likes Cara's entrance, which I think is magnificent, Maggot's in a different way comes really close to that. And if I was going to throw a surprise reason for coming to Super Strong Style, come and see Maggot's entrance.
Yeah.
And for myself, just the tournament itself, Super Strong Style 16, it's what it's all about. There's so much other stuff going on, but that tournament, to find out who is going to be the best in Progress and who's going to be the champion walking away from Super Strong Style, there's so much that could happen in that. And we've announced almost all the names now. There's a couple more still to come. Keep your eyes glued on the Progress social media. Obviously, Ross is Maggot Mania himself in the house. He'll be doing the strut next week when we're there on Friday, and you know, it's going to be amazing, honestly, and I'm just so excited for it now, and can't wait to for the last few names to be unveiled for our fans, and yeah, it's going to be insane.
So Lee, before the announcement of Lana Austin versus Lee McAteer at Super Strong Style, what else are you most looking forward to? And tell us why we should be getting tickets for them 3 days.
Well, I'm going to forget that you even mentioned that horrible person's name, but yeah, sure, we'll move on from that. Let me answer the question that you gave, that you said before, Jonas, is that why should people come to Super Strong Style 16? When Bessie and I took over Progress, we knew it was a rebuilding phase. We knew that it was our job to build that next generation of stars. And believe me when I say this, stars are going to be truly, truly born on the back of Super Strong Style 16. In a few years to come, we're going to be looking at this roster of who competes in this tournament and go, wow, look at that person, look at that person. No different to when you look back and you look at the likes of Pete Dunne, Walter, etc., etc. And it's there, you know, firsthand for a reason why you should be there to say, I remember when. You know, you look back at certain other key points in Progress history, whether it be Tony Storm, you know, Mustache Mountain, the list goes on. This is going to be an event in which you're going to be looking back and saying, I was there. And that's the reason why you should be there, because we want to invest in this next generation of stars. And that's our job to get as many eyeballs on them as possible. And don't be wrong, there's of course some very well-established stars that are going to be on the card as well. But my word, what can happen? Might we see a Chris Ridgway finally get it? Might we see a Warren Banks? Why, you know, Gene Money? You know, the list goes on. But history is going to be made, and the only way you're going to see that live is to be there at the ballroom. There's only one way to do that, and it's to buy a seat, buy a ticket, and be there.
There we go. And this is what it's all about. You've got the Super Strong Style Tournament, 16 competitors over 3 days, and all the amazing matches. We spoke about Kanji versus Giselle Shaw last week. We've spoken about Cara Noir versus Spike Trivet, the I Quit Loser Leaves Progress match. And of course, you got that triple threat ladder match. Any of those matches could steal the weekend. And of course, remember, the winner of the Super Strong Style 16 tournament walks away as the brand new Progress World Champion. So many things to look forward to. So much that we're all anticipated for June the 3rd, 4th and 5th from the Electric Ballroom in London. But gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for your time. And like I say, looking forward to seeing all three of you in London next weekend. So, but one last time, thank you guys. And like I say, get your tickets now for Super Strong Style Weekend. Go to progresswrestling.com/tickets. But we are going to end with a video package featuring the 3 tag teams that are going to be involved in that triple threat ladder match. But gentlemen, thank you very much.
No worries, John. As also, don't forget, check out Progress social media, 8 o'clock. There's going to be a big announcement for you guys. You don't want to miss that. Make sure to check it out. And thank you, Jonas, for having us all on. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing everybody in the ballroom next week.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, guys.
This tag division's sick, and it's the hottest thing in Progress in the whole country right now. But who's the king of the mountain there?
Thanks for the respect, boys. But listen up. You're still young lads, and we're still yet to earn ours. So if everybody wants to talk about elevating the division, I got one more idea for you. 2 titles elevated to the roof.
Because we're the champions. The people know that the biggest reactions are for the tag team division. But when you come to our city, you know when you walk into the ballroom, you are in Sunshine Machine country. The thing that you say. Now it's time to do this our way. Cause we're never gonna stop till we win. Even if we have to start it again. Cause we're never division though, so sure.
Those belts will be elevated above the ring, and at the Strong Style Weekender, we will have ourselves a triple threat ladder match.